So I'm not sure you're familiar with the story.
Hay muchas maneras de llegar a la cima en el nuevo y totalmente eléctrico Nissan Ariya, donde el poder se encuentra.
Now it's my turn.
It's a damn good time podcast. A damn good time. Let's take it coming at you. A damn good time. Don't sunset on the beach. A damn good time. It's a damn good time. Damn good time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is a Damn Good Time podcast. I'm Steve Schaefer,
I'm Cody Adams.
and I already said this. So now,
Da-da! Let's quit being weird.
yes, yeah, dude. Came in a little slow, a little weird. I fudged the intro, man, dude. What the fuck?
What are you doing? What are you even doing?
No, dude. I can only do this so many times and get it right every single. Not everybody's good at everything.
Everybody's good at everything. This is not one of those things.
I can't nail an intro every single time. You know. I was in the moment. I said it out of turn.
It's okay. You know, you just don't want to introduce yourself today, and that's fine. It's fine. I get it.
Well, I still introduced myself. I did it out of turn.
You did a little backwards, and then and henceforth and
Yeah.
so forth, you messed it up.
All right, reset. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Schaefer,
I'm Cody Adams.
and this is a Damn Good Time
It
podcast.
doesn't feel like it matters now. It doesn't even feel like it matters. I don't want to do it.
Hit him with it. We're hitting you with it. See, we'll
You
make
already
it up.
ruined it. You can't do it
We'll
again.
we can do it over.
I don't do fucking shit. Technically, we can, but
We can do it over. We can do it over however many times I want.
It's true,
However many times you want.
but I still liked it, and I wanted to run with it.
Yeah.
So,
It's different, you know.
The only people that are suffering are the living people right now. The people that are living with us right now.
There's one.
They're
It's
the
me.
They're the only ones that suffer. Anybody else? This will all be edited out anyway.
You don't even know what happened.
But
You'd have no idea what happened. You even know what we were doing before it. Please.
moving on.
Pushing
How the hell
forward.
are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. Our buddy Tyler was here.
Yeah, dude.
He had to run away. He didn't want to. He didn't want to do it. He was tired. We
He
get
said he was going to be on a show.
it. I know, but you know how it is. You know,
Yeah.
You think you're gonna do something, and then it just shit happens.
I get that.
But we did get some man shit done, mainly him. But we were good. We were good crew members to him.
Yeah.
He was changing his oil and rotating his tires.
We did the
and
pit crew.
doing that, and then we did the rear and front differential in my car,
Yeah.
which I was
You got to lube those gears up, baby.
still, my mind is blowing by jacking that car up, and somehow tires were floating in the air that shouldn't have
Yeah.
been floating in the air. But
Are there any physicists watching right now? Do we have that smart of an audience? Can you explain how on a Jaguar,
Jagger,
when you jack up,
A rear tire, the caddy corner front tire was coming off the air.
yeah,
don't know how that happened, but it was happening.
I get it's passenger side rear,
Mm-hmm.
and then the driver's side front just pops up.
There was a jack stand on the other side too. So
The jack stand. It was probably the jack stand.
but this just means like that car. It's probably all the aluminum frame and everything. That's
Sports
like,
car.
Mhm.
They got to be sturdy.
I don't know.
Ever
Tyler kept saying, it's a, what's he saying, a firm frame or a stiff frame?
Stiff frame,
Stiff
yeah.
frame. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but just the physics don't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll say this: when you're in a sports car, you want all four tires on the ground
Right.
at all times. But with an off-road car, you want one up, and then the other, as many as you can down at the same time.
Right.
You want that flex in it. But when you're sporty, you want them all to talk. So if you lift one up, the fact that the equal opposite is going up too, that just means they're all connected so tight. You need a tight chassis, man. You
Tight.
need that tight chassis.
Tight like a tire.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some oils changed
Yeah.
and lubricated back
We
up.
changed some oil, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a little bit of a project day
Yeah.
on a Friday.
On a Friday.
It's Friday, yeah, and Saturday, Sunday. What?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was fun still. I think it was Tyler said it was easier to change my differential fluid than it was his oil because it's a pain in the ass on that 400.
Yeah. Oh, he's got skid plates.
Yeah,
He's got them skid plates. The skid plates suck. Anytime you got to drop a skid plate out of the way. And
we had to take my front one down, but still it was like right there. So it was like, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a little plastic one, not a heavy duty one like the 4Runner is. You know.
dude, it just sucks working on cars anymore.
Yeah, well, things have changed, and if we had a lift, everything would be great too.
Yeah, but we don't.
Yeah. Where you at on that one?
We're lucky as fuck we have a cement floor we can use, you know?
Yeah, because I would have easily did that shit in gravel if I had to, but
Yeah.
or pavement, whatever, asphalt. Just put it on the side of the road, jack it up.
I feel like I'm bougie. I'm like, just take it to fucking Valvoline, let them do it.
Yeah. Oh, my oil for sure. Well, I don't know now because they just sucked my oil out and slapped an oil filter in there, and they're like, "Yeah, give us $160." I'm like, "Excuse me," which it's synthetic oil. I get it.
Right.
They literally had to run to the parts store while I was sitting there. It took forever because they had to go run to the parts store to get my oil filter because they did not have one in stock,
Right.
which is kind of silly.
It's just, I don't know.
Then you don't have to deal with the cleanup of the oil, any of that mess. You just drive in, you drive out, you're done.
I do, as a person that works on shit as a maintenance professional,
Yeah.
I would call myself. I do dabble in the maintenance field a lot. My profession, well, what I do as a job, but it's not cars. But still, back in the day, I always worked on my own cars, and they were just easier to work on back then. And I feel like they're making them more difficult to work on now because they don't want you to do it. They want the return on the service bill
Right.
for the dealerships and all that shit. And I get that. You know, it makes sense. You know, keep the money coming in. It's a good business model, but at the same right, it fucks the normal people in the end run and the end game. You know.
It's not that you can't do it. It's just they make it a little bit harder.
Yeah, you have to have some specialty tools here and there, or even dumb little shit like Tyler has the 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner. I think he said it was a 2016, and to change the oil, to get to the drain plug, you have to drop a skid plate,
Right.
and just that extra couple bolts is it's a fucking dumb headache. Like,
I mean, you need the skid plate right there because it's supposed to be a little bit of an off-roading capability of a vehicle. So
Yeah,
but a lot of them have holes cut out most of the time where you can just like reach up
Right,
in and like,
yeah.
oh, there's my oil filter. But no, it's not an oil filter anymore. It's a whole fucking container with a cartridge in it, and then you gotta like take that out and then prime that cartridge and then shove that thing back in. Like,
yeah, they over-engineer it so that the dumb people can't do it themselves. But us smart boys, we can still do it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is much easier. Like a normal car with a normal oil filter, still, you might save yourself $10 if you if you do your oil yourself. But then you got to deal with the oil cleanup.
Yeah.
You got to take your time to do it. Is it really worth that extra $10? Because by
Yeah.
the time you buy everything and you're ready to go and do all that, like it's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah, anymore, a 15-minute at like a Valvoline, at a good trusted Valvoline is a lot. Not in the, obviously it's more convenient, but almost about the same price.
Yeah, it's
Almost about the same price in the end. You're maybe paying $10 to $20 more to get somebody else to change the oil for
that's
you.
what I just said. It's like $10,
Yeah,
It's like $10 you're saving. It's like, is it really worth it? And then you got to dispose of the oil, whether I'll just burn it in a fire or I'll go dump it in the creek out back.
yeah, yeah. Well, and like back whenever I lived out in the middle of nowhere, I just burnt my oil. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Dude, I don't care about the environment.
It's a little extra oil burning up in there.
Yeah,
Really. I mean,
whatever.
Come on.
Whatever. We talked a little bit about the environment last week. You know where we stand, But
Or you got to find your local oil changing place and you got to take it to them and you can pour it in their recycling bin, whatever it is.
Right.
But you still have to deal with it. Doesn't matter. It makes a
Right.
mess. It's gonna make a mess.
it's almost so much easier to get Valvoline to do it for you.
But I would still, I don't know. I'm sure you kind of feel the same way. I would still love to teach my kids when they get their own car to do it.
Oh yeah,
100%. Because it's like, and then I don't even know by the time my kids are age if there's going to be oil in a goddamn car.
no, it'll be plutonium.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to change out the plutonium today.
Did
Get
you
your rad suits on.
Yeah, no, like, and I get it. It's a dying craft for you to have to work on things yourself, for sure.
Yeah.
We are all spoiled in a new age of not many people know how to even really change a tire even. I do want to make sure once my kids have their cars, they're going to learn them front to back.
Right.
The easy dumb shit: spark plugs, air filters, oil filters, tires, brakes, shocks, even like give them a good, and that I'll even say like it's equivalent to the reason why I got good at what I'm doing now is because I had mechanical skills in the beginning of my life.
Right.
My dad taught me how to work on cars and shit, and it's dumb shit even too, like righty tighty, lefty loosey. Not a lot of people know what the fuck that even means. You know what I mean? Like it's bizarre that tiny little bit of skill, that a standard thread, you turn it clockwise or righty, it goes tight, or you go counterclockwise, lefty is loose. Like not that many people know just dumb little shit like that. It's something I guess we're growing out of. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but like you said, you gotta teach your kids. And you kind of almost should know some of that.
Yeah, if you don't know how to change a tire, then shame on you. Like, it's so easy. And I understand, like, the confusing part might be like, well, I know how to take the tire on and off, but I just don't know, like, where to jack my car up. And You got an owner's manual. It shows you exactly where to do it.
Right.
And all of them have a little spot on the side of the car. You'll see a little dip in the car.
Like on the
On
frame
the side,
there.
on the frame or in the weld rail or whatever, that the jack fits perfectly into that comes with the car. Like, they try to make it pretty dummy proof. And if you're unable to, you're unable to. Like, if you're just physically unable to, I get that. But, like, I see too many cars on the side of the road right now. I saw, literally today, I saw a big truck with, like, a younger kid. And I know bigger trucks, obviously, maybe he didn't have the right jack to jack it up or whatever. But there was a service truck
Right.
there. Not a tow truck. It was just like a service truck there changing his tire. And he's just standing there watching him. And I'm like, he's a young kid with a really nice truck. And this guy's changing his tire. Right
Did
now.
it look like a work truck?
No.
Like company owned?
No.
Okay. I will say there's a little bit of an argument for that. I used to drive a big old truck for a company that they were lease vehicles and they had the roadside assistance, and we were literally not allowed to change a tire because it became a liability on the company, being that I was the one doing it. They would rather have a roadside assistance service come in and change it so that if for some reason that wheel flies off and kills somebody.
Not on them.
It's not on the company, it's on the roadside assistance company, you know? So,
I mean, possibly that's what the case was.
and then I fucking, you know, obviously I could have easily changed a tire out, and like I had a flat tire once on my way out to a job, and instead of, I could have easily changed it myself, but I'm like, no, the rules are I'm not allowed to.
right.
And then I took a nap in my truck waiting for, you know,
Yeah.
I was getting paid to do it. Who gives a fuck? At that point, yeah, sure. Call me a dirtbag. I was a dirtbag in that moment. I was eating the company clock, waiting for roadside assistance because I'm not
That's what they told you to
allowed to. I was following the fucking rules, man.
do. Yeah. And I didn't call this guy dirtbag. I don't know. Like, I don't know how he's growing up or raised or anything. And maybe he's in the same situation. I have no idea. But it looked like a younger kid driving a nice truck, and somebody else changed the tire, and I'm like, well, either he just didn't have the right equipment, or
Yeah.
maybe he is in that situation. I don't know.
And
or
also-
he didn't know how to fucking do it. I don't know.
I do also feel like
I feel like if he had that big of a truck too, he should have known how to do that.
Sure. Yeah. And there's a little bit of argument too, though. It's like, yeah, we're getting in a day and age of where you don't do everything yourself anymore. There is a lost art to maintenance and keeping up on things and like changing tires or changing oil
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But we're in the goddamn age of information.
Right.
Say I don't know how to do something. Say my water heater breaks right now and it's not creating hot water. I still know how to look it up and figure it the fuck out. Like we are in the age of information. That's, to me, there's almost like another level of intelligence. It's not necessarily you know how to do it right now, but you know where to look to figure it the fuck out.
Right.
Like there's a huge level of intelligence to that. You have this thing right here. We all have these phones. There's literally a fucking computer right here. Internet is all around us. Look at the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've run it. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering it out because I'm
Getting
little-
excited. He's getting
getting
heated.
excited. I'm getting excited. But there's so many fucking people like, I don't know how to do that. Like, well, have you even looked into it?
Yeah.
Have you even looked into, like, you know, just Google it. And like people are like, I don't know how to do this. And like within 30 seconds, like you blah 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 blah. Da, 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 da. I don't even have your thing, but is this your thing? Is this the exact one? Oh my god, yeah. Like there's a picture right there, right? Yeah. You just do this, do that, do that. That's it. How'd you figure that out? I fucking Googled it, bro.
Yeah, I always wondered how people are so bad at Googling too. Like people were talking about something. Oh, I looked it up, but I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, and then, like 2 seconds later, I'm like, you mean this? And they're
Right
like,
here.
they're like, oh, how'd you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I just Googled exactly what you just said.
You said
I'm like, I don't know what you Googled, but I Googled exactly what you just said. And this is your answer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You said 16 words, 4 of them were keywords. I searched those 4 keywords, and found this this forum of 1,000 fucking people that are talking about that exact thing and how to fix it.
Yeah.
Here you go. Like, what?
Yeah. I never understand that. Like, some people are like amazed and they're like, "You're the best Googler."
No, and that's
I'm not. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how you can be the best at that. I don't even know how you can be the best at that.
yeah. And that's even like, even back, I worked for certain companies that had, company specific procedures for certain things. And yeah, you couldn't just Google it on the internet, but we had books. We had fucking guidebooks on how to install these things. And people are like, well, I don't know, I've never dealt with that. I'm like, did you look in the fucking manual? Like, there's a fucking manual. Like,
Yeah.
are you landing a mandrel? Look in mandrel. 9 to 5. 1 + 2 = 3 right here on this page is where you got to fucking look to tell you how to fucking do this. Like, yeah, sure, you haven't been trained in it, but you can figure it the fuck out if you're smart enough.
Steve, we're old and the world's going to shit.
I've been holding this one out because I don't.
This generation doesn't know nothing.
No. Here's one that I've heard so many times, and I'm holding it out till I'm at least like 80.
Yeah.
You have to prepare yourself. Wait till you're like 80. We're still too young to use this one.
Okay.
It's not the generation's going to shit. It's not, this, that, and the other. It's hell in a handbasket.
Oh, old hell in a man.
What the
Hell
fuck is
in a
it? What the fuck is it about old motherfuckers? When you talk to them and they're like, "Oh yeah, these things used to be simpler back in my day," and like, "Yep."
Yep.
And they do all the like, things used to cost a nickel. Like, "Yep, I get that." Come on, where's the next catchphrase? Where's the whole country's going to hell in a handbasket? Boom! I got the old man bingo right there, baby. You said all 5 that I needed with my free space.
Whatever that means. It means there's an inferno in a handbasket. And it's literally gonna burn in 2 seconds.
I can't wait till I'm old enough to be like, "Oh, this world's going to hell in a handbasket." like seriously, like that's all fucking old people say.
Them whippersnappers on my lawn.
Used to cost this. I worked harder than the last generation.
Yeah.
Blee blah blah blah. Hell in a handbasket, man.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the fucking fact that old people are like, well, back in my day, we had it harder. Of course. Because guess what you did back in your day? You wanted to create a new future where your kids and generations after you had it easier than you.
Yeah. That's the idea, right?
That's the fucking goal. Am I right? Like, all I'm doing as a parent every fucking day is making sure that my kids have it easier than me.
Yeah, but they still work, little bastards.
I mean, I get that. I get that, but like everybody, every single parent, universally, every single person getting older is like, I want to make a better world.
Yeah, you want to make their life easier than it
For the
was
next
and
generation.
For you, like you're trying to learn
And-
from your mistakes to impede them on them to like not do them.
Then you're gonna sit there and bitch that they have it better. You fucking martyr! Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You should be like, look how easy these guys got it now. I did that.
right? Yeah, you should take some fucking pride in it. Look at these kids nowadays. They just sit in rooms and play video games. Man, I'm so proud of the fact that we were able to build that for them. Man, look at this shit.
I'm
like,
done.
I
did it. I did that.
I did that. I was a part of that.
I didn't make the video games. I was in charge of cleaning up urinals for my life. But that's fine.
But you did your due diligence to provide that life for them, to make it easier on them. They don't have to fucking suffer like you do. Be proud of your fucking self instead of sitting there bashing the generation below you because they can't. They have no work ethic. These kids don't know what it's like to suffer. Well, you did that.
Yeah.
You did that. Be proud of the fact you did that, man. Take a fucking win, you know?
Yeah, I don't think it's ever like, every generation has that. It's probably been that way since the era of time. That it's always like you're older, and when you hit that old age, like everybody below you, like, oh, no, you never worked as hard as me, even though
Right.
you're talking to a guy like rolling out of a steel forge or coal mine or something. They're like, no, I worked harder because I dug the hole that made that coal mine or whatever. You know, like,
Yeah, and honestly, like side note, these fucking pieces of shit that I call my children have it way too fucking easy. No. Look, all joking aside, I have talked to my wife, my beautiful wife Sarah. I said, like, you know what? Maybe we're giving it to him a little too easy. We need to introduce some struggle in our life. Like maybe we should go live in a fucking trailer park. Let's get some squalor going on here. Let's start doing hard drugs or something.
let's break the chains on their bikes. Like,
Yeah.
let's weaken it slightly so then it snaps when they're going down the hill, and then they got to figure that life out real quick.
Right. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, you're not going to fucking win the parent game.
No.
You're always going to feel like you're inadequate at some point. Either give them too much or you give them not enough.
Yeah. I've already realized that my kids are at a young age. I'm like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because we did,
Of course.
and we both had great moms, and I think that made us still good, respectful young men because
Right.
we had great moms.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we still did a lot of dumb shit.
Right. Yeah. No. Because looking back on my childhood, my upbringing, shit, it was shittier than others, but it was better than others.
Yeah.
And no matter where you come from, unless you're like way bottom of the barrel, like third world country, fucking poor as shit, you don't even know where you're gonna eat. Then you're probably doing better than the generation before you and shit. Like I don't know. Like it's all really perspective.
There's some people in the U.S. like that, just only because.
Oh,
there's
there are
terrible parents out there and stuff that.
There are really good parents that just can't catch a break.
Yeah.
That still can't feed their kids and shit, and for some reason we leave them on the wayside, and we still funnel thousands and trillions of dollars into goddamn politicians. That's a whole nother goddamn thing I don't want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
but still, like, it does suck. But you got to put it in perspective. My whole thing is perspective. There's some people I know, and they kind of throw that jealousy model out there of like, oh man, if only I had all this, or it must be nice to have all this, and like, dude, put your fucking life in perspective. You have a roof over your head. You have a very good job where you're maybe lower middle class, but lower middle class is still really fucking good.
Yeah.
You're doing better than probably 90% of the whole entire world as a whole.
Right.
Like you're doing way better. There's a lot of motherfuckers that wish they had your life.
Right.
Stop comparing yourself to millionaires and billionaires and all the goddamn TikTok and Instagram influencers and all the people that show their flashy gear and all this bullshit. Stop comparing yourself to them and be a regular fucking person because you are at the top. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the layer of normal fucking people, we're at the fucking top.
T County paid.
Yeah.
As we used to always say.
I'm not trying to brag or anything because we're nothing. You
No.
know what I mean?
Oh, no, absolutely
Compared
not.
to the millionaires and billionaires and like all the other influencers.
We're that beautiful cog for the millionaires and the billionaires.
Yeah.
We're that beautiful cog that pays way too much for taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes the shit just keep churning.
But we have roofs. We have fucking.
Yeah, we got boats.
Sometimes we struggle to pay some bills. Sometimes, like if the water heater went out or if the house got flooded or some shit, we're out on our ass and going into credit card debt to fix it. But we're gonna figure it the fuck out. There's people out there that have no idea where their next meal's coming from.
They're
So
hurting.
put it in the fucking perspective, man. There's so many people out there that bellyache about their lives. It's like, dude, you're doing better than a lot of motherfuckers out there.
Yeah. And I get it is stressful and things like that. But yeah, if you're trying to think like, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire and be able to retire by the age I'm 50. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Maybe if you're lucky, figure it out. You figure out the right idea. But don't think your life's terrible because you have a small house or a small yard or you're driving a normal car or whatever.
I know.
It don't feel like you're doing worse than anybody. You got a car, you got a house, you got food.
I know a guy. I know a guy specifically. Don't want to get too much more into detail because I don't call him out specifically. But he's like, "Okay, you got this big house and all this shit." He's like, "I got the small house, but his house is paid for. His fucking retirement's like loaded.
Yeah,
Like dude's
nice.
put money away for fucking ever." I'm like,
Nice.
and he looks at me in envy because of my house. I'm like, bro, like, I'm in envy of you because you're fucking retirement, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you're debt free and ready to like just.
by the time the kids are old
done.
enough, by the time the kids are old enough, I'm selling this bitch. This house means nothing to me. I wish I had my fucking nest egg like your nest egg, dude. You gotta. It's all about
Yeah.
perspective.
You're putting it in two different places, right? Like,
Yeah.
so this is kind of a little bit your nest egg, then, right? So if you can pay this,
the shitty thing is my kids are gonna destroy it, and I won't get as much out of it as I have.
no, you'll be fine. They're not
I'm
going to
sure.
destroy it.
I'm sure, but I'm
They're
still,
past the age of destroying. Besides, maybe when they, in a few years, and we got a lot more testosterone flying
there's just gonna
around.
be cum all over
A
everything.
little- and maybe some holes in drywall occasionally.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think you're okay.
Maybe a few lawsuits for kids getting drunk in the basement and shit like
Yeah.
that. But no, dude, it literally is where you got to put it in perspective and where do your priorities lie.
Yeah.
You know, I know people that have big old fancy cars and live in shitty houses. I know people that have big old fancy houses and drive shitty cars. I know people that have boats and toys and all this other shit, but they have an apartment. Like where?
You talking about me?
No, man.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, I have a small house. It's big enough.
You have everything you need in that house.
Yeah, I have everything I need. It doesn't matter. I want to add on to it because we're going to need a more room with 2 babies. But
Right.
could we live there with 2 kids and
For
be fine?
sure.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. It wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't
You
be a
guys,
problem for me.
you could live there for the next fucking 80 years of your life. If you,
Yeah. If
80 stretching it.
Yeah, I did.
50 years.
I could. I could. My wife would probably say different, but
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to that thought.
yeah,
We're getting off of this weird train that we're on.
yeah,
Do you think you're going to outlive your wife?
absolutely not.
No?
You know why? I'll tell you right now. Those those TikTok photos going around. There's like, see you as an old person, and you like put the camera up to your face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mine looks like death. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be that. And other people put up, and it's like, oh, I look exactly like my dad. I put up to me, and it's like, oh god, I look like a old liver spotted diseased man.
Yeah.
I'm like, either I've already aged too far, and it can't. It's like, nope. You need to be in a casket.
Okay, so you think Steph's going to live longer than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By a few years, probably not much, but
How
I
long
mean,
you think-
I'm gonna be good. Like, I'll be good to my like 70s, probably somewhere in there.
So how long do you want to live?
I mean, I think 70s would be cool. 70s, 80.
Yeah.
I don't want to get past 80. I don't think.
Past 80?
Yeah, 80 to 90. That's a shitty age to live. I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
You done seen a lot of shit. You done done a lot of shit, and it's like some people are like, "Oh, yeah, I want to live as long as possible."
No, man, no.
No, I mean,
No.
like, I don't want to be old and decrepit. I don't want to need help and stuff. More realistic, it's probably gonna be like, early 60s.
So you think it's Steph's outliving you?
Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna die from?
Tornado.
Well, okay, let's X out. Let's X out natural causes. If you had any sort of
Probably stroke or heart attack, something like that.
stroke or heart, like just way of life cause, what do you think would cause you to die?
Probably heart attack,
Yeah,
I'd assume.
heart attack.
Yeah. I don't get enough cardio in. So, you got to have enough cardio. You get some stints put in, stuff like that. It's not like I'm not a physical guy getting out doing stuff, but it's like I could be doing more. That's for sure.
Would you be upset if Steph remarried at that point in time?
No, I'm dead.
Right. Okay, cool, man. Yeah. I have the same thought. Like, if I die tomorrow, I hope Sarah moves on,
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what any kind of afterlife is. If you're into whatever religion you are, every religion has an afterlife.
Right.
So in theory, we like to think there is some kind of afterlife.
Yeah.
And I believe that only because
Your energy has to go somewhere.
Yeah, I believe that because we've talked about ghosts before on the show, and like I've had a recording at my cousin's, and I think a lot of people have had some kind of minor encounter with a ghost, or at least what they thought it was. Something happens. I don't know what it is. It's just your energy, is it your memories that stick around? I don't know.
Right.
But if it's just your good energy and your memories that stick around, or if you're a terrible person, your bad energy sticks around, and that's why a lot of this stuff happens.
Right.
Like where they have the bad encounters and stuff. Like that's fine too. Like so, at the end of the day, if it's just my wife, I'm gone, she grieves and then find somebody that, can console her and be happy with. I know when she dies, she ain't gonna be with that guy. She's gonna be like, oh, no.
So, let's say, God forbid, Steph passes before you.
Okay.
And we're saying near future, next couple years.
Okay.
Are you remarrying?
Am I?
Yeah.
Probably not. No. I'd have to do a lot of.
Or are you maybe not even marrying? Because anymore now, I feel like marrying is a dumb thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you getting into a serious relationship that you want to include this person around your children?
See, at that point, my brain's going to be exploded anyways. Not me.
Right.
Hey, let me walk that back a little bit. Sorry.
Right.
At that point, I'm going to be like so crazy busy with raising 2 children and like trying to do everything. Like, I don't even know how I could imagine like any moment of being doing anything. But
a nice sweet girl comes up and then she's very good with the kids.
Yeah, no, I mean there would be opportunity, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I wouldn't shake anything off. I mean, it would obviously, I'd be devastated. We'd all be devastated. We lost a significant other for a long time. But yeah.
Second scenario.
Second scenario. Okay.
Steph passes after the kids are out of the house.
Okay.
You're probably just running through hose then, right? Because the kids aren't involved, right? you know what I mean?
Sorry, babe, I'm about ready.
That's kind of the point I was
Unleash
getting at.
the beast.
That's kind of the point I was getting at. Is if our SO, if our significant other dies tomorrow, there's gonna be a lot more of a process to let somebody else into our life because they're around our kids.
Right.
But now, say our kids are adults. There's no fucking process.
There's some hoes in your house. Some hoes.
There's no fucking process. It's like who
after we grieved for a solid year or 2, maybe 5. I don't know.
This is hypothetical.
Yeah,
the grieving process is already gone. All that shit. But it's weird with kids involved. It's like, no, you gotta personally vet them. You have to be careful.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Who do I want around my kids? What kind of ideologies do you have? Like,
not to mention, your friends and like your family are probably going to try to hook you up with some people randomly. Here's another widower and blah blah blah. Like, they're going to try to hook you up with some people. Like, why you're trying to raise. But if it's like your kids are already out of the house.
Yeah, if Sarah passes tomorrow, I'm going to be cautious for the next 10 years till my kids leave.
Yeah.
I'm going to be cautious as fuck.
But the kids are gone. It's going to be like, hey, all right, Dad's going on a strip club.
You like me, I like you. You like me, I like you. Let's do this. You know, like.
Yeah.
Guess what? Dad's a horror again.
And I'm sure there's people out there who deal with this situation. We apologize if we're making light of it, but
No.
it it would be a very, very hard situation, and I don't know how I would react anyways. And like, I'd probably live in a hole for a while after
Right.
that. But either way,
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like everybody, you are not human if you're going to sit here and tell me that you haven't sat there and thought about your next significant other. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I think it's crossed everyone's mind. Like, well, if something happened, then what do I do?
Obviously, I love the shit out of my wife. I adore her more than anything in the world. Never going to leave her. Never going to cheat. Never going to do any of that shit. But, you know, what if she dies? You know what I mean? Like, what up?
And there's some hoes in this house.
And I'm not going to be so vain to sit there and think like, well, if I die, Sarah's just going to be so struck about the fact that I'm not in her life anymore that she's never going to take another lover. Obviously,
there's some people-
obviously she is.
There's some movies I've seen where there's some people like that. I've never seen that in real life, but hey,
We all-
Also, that you're not like they're like 80 years old too, and it's like, no, yeah. Obviously, if I'm like 80 and I'm not really getting around, anyways, you know what I mean?
say you're 50.
Yeah.
You're 50 and you're single. How young are you going?
What?
What's your age group? Okay, maybe not how young. What's your age group? Were you dating in your 50s?
30 and up, it's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay away from the 20s.
Is it?
I'm definitely not going down
so
to
at
anything in the teens.
But at,
goddamn.
well, yeah, no. We're gonna keep it legal first off.
Well, not just 18, 19. Like, if there's a 19-year-old, it's like, oh, you're hot, dad.
Still-
Like, I'm like, no.
Still at 50, and you date somebody in their 30s, you're looking at like 20-year different. That seems
Yeah, but at least in their
lot.
30s, now I'll be like, you've had enough of life experience that you know what's up.
right.
I mean, you could even say like 35 and up then. You want to go with that. 35 and
And
up, like, because I'm 37 right now. I know I haven't experienced everything in my life, but I know I've gone through enough life now. Like,
But
you kind of got some shit figured out. You're getting there anyways.
but also here's another question:
You're getting there. We're not there, but we're getting there.
Why does a 50-year-old man dating a 30-year-old woman seem normal, but a 50-year-old woman dating a 30-year-old man seem a little different? Not that it is, but it has a different stigma to it,
Because men are dumber than women. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Is what at least the persona is of that on that cap. So like, if an older woman is dating a younger man, she's just got one reason for it. If an older man's dating a younger woman, well, he's just got one for a reason too. I don't know. I don't see a persona about it.
Yeah.
They both just want some young stallions.
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, though. It does seem like it's more, maybe not normal, but it's more likely to happen that an older man will next relationship have a very younger woman.
Right.
Not very likely for an older woman for her her second relationship or her next relationship to have a younger man.
Maybe not in our parts, but I think you go other places, you might see that more often.
Yeah, no, I mean, you go into bigger places, dude. You go to fucking like bigger cities, it's a whole bunch of old men dating younger women.
Yeah, less money, but that's fine.
Like,
Anyways, let's keep tracking. Let's keep tracking.
all
Let's
I
keep
gotta say
tracking.
is there's some we got something to look forward to.
Yeah, well, we got to get money first. That's the problem.
Our next marriages are gonna be younger. It's cool.
All right. What else you got going on this week? Let's get all of this.
Oh shit.
We've been on this age shit for too long.
I got a fun video. I reset all this stuff. Let me see if I can still figure out how to do this.
Why are you resetting shit?
Ooh, well, because I was trying to get another stream going on. This is a fun video.
Sure about that?
Yeah, lady on a plane. Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Where she doesn't think somebody's real?
Yeah, I don't understand why this guy's so popular.
Because she's literally calling out like an alien person. Oh, we need...
Yeah, but I don't understand.
Oh, I haven't muted here. My bad.
Oh,
can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
bye.
No, like, I'm gonna take this as that aliens are fucking real, man.
There was hand gestures that were made that are somehow referenced to I don't know
how to
something
exit out of
else.
this fucking screen, man.
Nobody can figure out who she is. Apparently, like nobody knows who she is. They found the guy she was talking about, by the way, who is a Freemason, and he's got like tattoos on his face and shit. They found that guy. They don't know who she is. She's got just fucking disappeared. Nobody knows. Nobody's claimed her.
She
nobody's
wasn't
anything.
fucking real.
Maybe.
No, so like we've dabbled in conspiracy theory, and we've dabbled in alien encounters, and we've dabbled into some weird shit. I do believe that there are skinwalkers that walk around on this earth, whether they be an earth entity or an alien entity. There are people out there, things out there that pose as real people, and I feel like maybe either A, she actually saw one, or B, she had enough edibles in her system that she thought she saw
I
someone.
think the drugs kicked in late. Is what I think. Fucking
Yeah.
happened. I think she ate a fucking brownie, and she was hoping to just fucking chill and sleep on that, and it was a little stronger than she thought. And the guy was like, "Hey, miss, how are you?" And she's like, "Don't talk to me." And he's like, "Are you okay?" And like she started freaking out, and she started seeing him like with face tattoos start morphing.
Yeah.
And then she came up with her own shit, and then she went off that plane.
There was one podcast I listened to, and they said that whole encounter started because she lost an Apple earbud,
Okay.
AirPod. She lost an AirPod, and then she couldn't find it, and then she became irate because of that, and then apparently it escalated from that into what you just saw right there. But I like the story better whenever I thought she just saw somebody that she didn't trust and freaked out.
Yeah,
To me, that makes more sense than like, I don't understand what, and I almost want to get to that moment where I freak out. I want to get there. I want to know, where's my breaking point? What's going to drive me over the edge? And what the fuck am I going to do? And hope to God somebody has it on camera when it happens. Because you see so many videos and so many things, obviously because there's cameras fucking everywhere now,
Right.
where people just lose their shit. They're inconsolable. Cops try to stop them. People try to talk reason to them, and they're just out of their fucking minds. What clicks? That's what I want to know. What just popped in her head to make her think that that's what she needed to do that day?
Edibles or 0.2% alcohol by volume in your bloodstream.
But dude, like, even I've been so fucking drunk. I've been drunk as fuck, and I'm still to be reckoned with. You know?
Yeah.
Or am I just a reasonable person?
Maybe a reasonable person.
I'm just not as exciting as that lady, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
I'm just a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Steve gets drunk. We could talk sense into him.
I don't understand that. I mean, I understand that people are like, oh, we can't find her or whatever. So, like, everybody's, like, freaking out about that.
Mm-hmm.
I got some weird shit about, like, I heard she was throwing, like, some signs.
Maybe
Some gang signs down that meant something to, I don't know, the Illuminati or some shit.
Maybe
or
she
like
saw.
the QAnati or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Maybe she actually saw an alien
I don't know why
entity.
that's viral. I don't know why it's viral. I don't know why that's viral.
So anytime anybody freaks out on a plane, it's viral.
Yeah, is it that viral though?
It's
like this was
funny.
This shit's been on the news.
That's what I live for when I get on a plane, when I travel for work. All I hope for is somebody to freak out so I can record it.
I know shit happens on planes a lot. And I've seen a lot of different shit. And I've seen shit that's way worse than that. And somehow this one is way bigger than anything else I've ever
Do you
seen.
know why? You know who recorded that video?
Oh.
Carrot Top. It's fucking Carrot
That
Top.
makes more sense then. Oh, okay.
It was fucking Carrot Top.
Oh, Carrot Top recorded it then. That makes a little more sense.
Anybody that isn't from the fucking 90s, you don't know who Carrot Top is.
So then it got 200,000 instant
Yeah,
views and
It was
share. Okay.
it's fucking Carrot Top.
Okay, because if that normally happened, Carrot Top wasn't there. None of us know about that. None of us know about that video at all. None of us know.
Somebody
about
else
that
would have
video.
captured it. Somebody else would capture it.
Yeah, somebody else would catch it. We wouldn't know about it.
We would.
We
Just
know
on a
we
lesser
wouldn't.
scale. It would be way. How much better would that video have been though if she was pointing at Carrot Top?
Ah, that would have been the best in the world.
Because he's not real.
No, he's not.
He's not even real, man.
Yeah.
That
You
dude's
know-
a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah. You know, talking about a skinwalker. There you go, right there. That guy
He's
is
a goddamn ginger fucking
he
king,
got
man.
so huge and jacked too. You see him?
Oh, yeah, redheads don't do that. He's not even real.
Pretty
And
sure
she looked past him for somebody else. How weird was that guy?
he's soulless sitting in his chair. Oh no, I'm just kidding. But that makes more sense. That makes more sense. If Carrot Top recorded that, now everything makes sense to me, and I'm not weirded out by why this is so popular. It all makes sense.
Yeah,
All right, we can rest on that. Then let's move on. What else you got?
I have nothing.
You got nothing else?
Nothing else. Well, no.
I got Drag Race today. You want to hear about that?
The only other thing I want to talk about is we haven't talked about there's cocaine in the White House. How the fuck did this happen to?
Wait, what do you mean there's cocaine in the White House?
You haven't
Of course
heard?
there's fucking cocaine in the White House.
Well, you haven't. Have you heard the news story?
No, I don't know this.
Like 2 weeks ago, they found a white powder. I'm guessing in a baggie in the West Wing.
Yeah, somebody probably dropped it out of their pocket.
The West Wing's were like the
Fuck,
Oval
that's my
Offices
dimer.
and shit, and that's where they take tours. And they found cocaine, and like the Secret Service is on this whole big kick of how they're gonna find.
What do you mean? Of course, there's cocaine all over that place.
Well, Hunter's staying there now too. Not to get too political, but it's like I don't know. It was this whole big thing in the news how they found cocaine in the White House, and all of a sudden, like the Secret Service released, yeah, we don't know.
How'd the news
Literally-
how'd the news even get that?
That's literally their statement was.
Because the Secret Service is not going to talk to the news. Nobody's going to tell the news. So there's cocaine in there.
Oh no!
Nobody's saying shit.
It was leaked by some fucking desk jockeys and shit for sure.
Yeah. Somebody's like, oh, there's cocaine. Let's start some shit. Hunter's in here. Let's get some shit going.
Their best
By the way,
their best excuse was like, oh, they said they found it by a cubby where the people put their cell phones because we have them put their cell phones down when they take the tour.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of cocaine and also legal cocaine enough like drugs in that
Right.
fucking White House that they would all be fine with.
Well, and here's what I gotta say:
If shit goes down, they're blowing lines. I'm just saying.
political for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
One rant.
Nope.
Back when Trump was in, we're like people were like, oh, we need more like blah, 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 blah. And now like if there's coke found in the White House, then all these Republicans are like, hell yeah, because Trump's a fucking badass. And now that it's a Democrat and people are like, why the fuck are they putting coke in the White House? Like I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like me as a party, I'm like, hell yeah, there's coke in the White House. Fuck yeah, let's plumb it
to
up.
me, I'm like, oh, there's somebody on staff doing fucking cocaine right now. I don't know. Doesn't
There's-
matter what party it is. There's cocaine in the White House. There's probably a guy that's got it on fleek. It's probably the purest coke they ever had.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many Republicans out there right now, like, why is there coke in the White House? Whereas
Oh, yeah.
if it was a Republican in office, they'd be like, hell yeah, we fucking party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, choose your fucking battles.
Yeah.
It's not a goddamn team sport. We're not in a fucking team sport.
I just always love
Either you like to party or don't.
United we stand, divided we fall, and yet we're just still splitting like
They're
three
dividing us.
parties. It's two parties. It's
Guess
basically
what?
two parties, but you know it might as well be fucking.
Guess
six.
what?
That's
We
fine.
need more cocaine.
more. Spread
If
it.
you ask me,
Could take
what do we
cocaine.
need more in the White House is more fucking cocaine.
Just open Mexico up and let them flood in.
No, I don't think we need that.
I'm kidding.
Legally. Let them flood in legally.
Legally, if they pass the test.
No, you know what? Actually, no. You know what? Because I'm going back on a lot of things I always said is I want 100% pure
We're getting
fucking
a weird spot there.
100%. No, where I lie politically is 100% pure freedom. Do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want. And figure it out later.
There's still guidelines to that, though. No matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt anybody else.
Here's
Or
what I
yourself.
want. Here's what I want. I want 100% freedom for me, but I don't want it for anybody else.
Because the guideline
That's
is
what I want.
the guideline has to be don't do anything that hurts anybody else. So this is what 100% freedom
Towing
is.
a thin line here because now you're basing
Don't do
your,
anything that hurts anybody else or possibly hurts yourself.
but now you're basing your rules on ideology, which is the basis for religion, and we have a separation of church and state. That's why.
Well, so
that's why we
if
have.
you're saying go ahead and do whatever you want, we can't have manslaughter or we can't have fucking serial killers.
manslaughter. Do it.
Then no.
But we need posses.
Because you can't. That's
I don't know.
that's where you have to toe the line with total
Yeah.
freedom, right?
You want everybody wants freedom till your neighbors have it. And I'm quoting that from goddamn Dan Stansbury at Rock 106.9 of the Stansbury Show.
Yeah, he probably
And I'm
stole it from somebody else.
Sorry. Yeah, he probably stole it from somebody else. But yes, that's 100%. You want freedom. You want 100% freedom until your neighbor has it. And I
Yeah.
get that. Because that's exactly what I want. I want to do whatever the fuck I want. I don't want anybody to tell me no or yes.
Yeah, there's
But
got to
I-
be some
But I
checks.
don't want
And,
that house down there to do that.
there's got to be some checks and balances. So,
Right.
or we're all just running around shitting on each other's lawns, and that's
Hey, we did it thousands of years ago.
common decency's just got to come into play.
True.
That's all.
Let's be a good fucking person.
Anyways,
Which is the basis of religion. Maybe we need God. I don't fucking know. Jesus.
this is getting weird.
Yeah.
Real quick, but anyways, on that note,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
Steve, did you have a damn good
I
time?
did. We should probably do that now.
Yeah, we should probably do that now. We're gonna go ahead and have ourselves a damn good time for the rest of the night.
I did have myself a damn good
We
time.
appreciate you guys tuning in.
Did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time.
Yeah. Click like and subscribe. Please follow us a lot. Click all the buttons. We love you guys.
Tell one of your friends about us. Just one.
Just
I
one.
dare you.
You have a homework assignment.
And if you do, message me or Steve, or on our social media,
we'll
and
send
we
you
will
some
send you a
kisses.
sticker.
We'll
I
send you some
promise.
kisses.
Promise.
Or some stickers.
All right, buddy.
I'll kiss the sticker and then send it to you. Love you, boo.
To a damn good time.
We love you guys. Catch you next week.
Ciao.